as all these are independent switches, as the closing and opening of the switch is independent of the closing and opening of the other switch. So all the switches are independent. Probability of closing a switch is P. What that indicates? They are equiprobable. The probability of closing any switch is P. That is the probability of closing this and the probability of closing this or this is same. Find at least one event that forms a closed path between 1 and 2. So you have to find at least one event that indicates the closing of the path between 1 and 2. As we have two nodes 1 and 2, the path must be closed between 1 and 2. And also find the probability of having a closed path between 1 and 2. Let AI is the event of closing. AI is the event of closing ith switch. Ith switch means here we have 5 different switches. That is, A1 is the event of closing alpha 1. A2 is event of closing alpha 2, and so on. What is the first question? You have to find at least one event that shows a closed path. So if you consider that as bit A, for closed path, you have to close A1, that is alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 1. Or that is, how can you write it? A1 and A2 and A5. Or see, why have I written A1 intersection A2 intersection A5? To have a closed path, all the 3 switches, above 3 switches must be closed. Or all the below 4 switches, below 2 plus alpha 1 and alpha 5 must be closed. So therefore, A1 intersection A3, either this event or this event must occur to have a closed path between the nodes 1 and 2. Now, can you find the probability of having a closed path between the two nodes 1 and 2? Either this or this. That is the probability of this or this. So let this is the event E2 and this as event E1. E1 is the event that indicates a closed path along the path 1. E2 indicates a closed path between 1 and 2 along path 2. We have two paths. So therefore, probability of having a closed path is equivalent to probability of either closing of path 1 or path 2 or both, E1, E2 or both. Okay. Therefore, instead of writing it as R, we can write it as, because union operation indicates E1 or E2 or both. Therefore, you find this is probability of E1 plus probability of E2. Can I write like that? Are they mutually exclusive? No, they are not mutually exclusive. Minus probability of E1 intersection. See, the events E1 and E2 are not mutually exclusive. That is, closing of path 1 may not exclude the closing of the path. Both the paths may be closed at a time. Therefore, they are not mutually exclusive. But all the switches are independent. So if all the switches are independent, so you substitute the E1 value. You substitute E1 here, probability of E1, that is probability of A1 intersection A2 intersection A5. So if all these events are independent, see, the switches are independent, the closing and opening of the switches is independent. Definitely A1, A2, A5 are independent. A1, A3, A4, A5 are also independent. Therefore, probability of E1, which is equivalent to probability of A1 intersection A2 intersection A5, can be written as probability of A1 into probability of A2 into probability of A5, which is equivalent to P power 3. Is it? Next one, probability of P2. Probability of P2 is this. Probability of A1 intersection A3 intersection A4 intersection A5. Minus intersection of those T square. See, E1 and E2 are not independent. The probability of E1 intersection E2 is, are they independent? Closing and opening of the path are independent or not? They are independent. They are independent but not mutually exclusive. Isn't it? Therefore, this is, see, the first two, this value and this value is okay. I have understood why I have written this as P square. Probability of E1 intersection E2 can be written as probability of E1 into probability of E2, because closing the first path and the closing the second path both are independent. E1 and E2 are independent events, but not mutually exclusive. That is, they are mutually exclusive. This will be 0. Here it is not 0. P of E1 intersection E2 is not 0. If this value is 0, then P1, that is E1 and E2 are said to be mutually exclusive. So this is the way of using the concept that we studied. See, here we used the concept of independence. We consider a simple circuit. Let it be a circuit with 5 switches, 5 or 6, 5 switches. Our aim is to find an event in which there exists a closed path between the points 1 and 2. Then we obtain the probability of having a closed path. Performed the experiment and we mathematically modeled it. What do you mean by mathematical modeling of a random experiment? Any of you can say? Once you perform a random experiment, what is the meaning of mathematical modeling of the random experiment? See, mathematical modeling involves 3 different steps. Perform the experiment, find the possible outcomes. So if you know the possible outcomes, then you can define the sample space S equivalent something. So that is the first step. The second step is, once you know the sample space, can we define the events? We can define the events. So second step is define the various events on the sample space. We know how many events that we can define. It depends on the number of elements in the sample space. So once you define the events, see, once you have the events, can we find the probability of those events? We can find. That is probability of E1, E2, E3 and so on. So after finding the probability of these events, what is the next step? We have to verify that 3 axioms are satisfied. So definitely after completion of finding the probability of those events, definitely the axioms will be satisfied. If the axioms are not satisfied, so something is wrong. For example, the P of S is not equivalent to 1. For example, you got P of S equivalent some 0, P of S equivalent some 0.5, P of S equivalent to 2. Then it is not satisfying the axioms, so the mathematical modeling of a particular experiment is somewhere wrong. Similarly, for example, the probability of a particular event is negative. Is it possible? So the first axiom is not satisfied. That is, if any of one axioms is not satisfied, definitely we can say that it is not satisfying the remaining 2 axioms. First you check for probability of S, that is probability of E is greater than or equivalent to 0 or not. If that condition is not satisfied, it may not satisfy the remaining or may satisfy the remaining. So all the axioms must be satisfied. by the probabilities that we computed on the events that we define on the sample space. So therefore, the mathematical modeling of a random experiment involves 3 steps. So far we have done all this: performed the experiment and mathematically modeled. So repeat the same problem. Repeat the above problem with the following circle. That is, first you have to find at least one event that forms a closed path between the nodes 1 and 2. Then find the probability of a closed path between the points 1 and 2.